Sonic the Hedgehog is a 1991 side-scrolling platform game and companion to the 16-bit Sega Genesis/Sega Mega Drive game of the same name for the 8-bit Game Gear and Master System consoles. The game was produced by Ancient, a studio founded by composer Yuzo Koshiro, well known for his wonderful work composing music for games such as Streets of Rage and The Revenge of Shinobi. Koshiro and his family helped develop the game, and Sega published it to promote the handheld Game Gear system, Sega's answer to the Nintendo Game Boy. The 8-bit Sonic is similar in style to its Genesis/Sega Mega Drive predecessor, but reduced in complexity to fix and fit in to the 8-bit systems. It was released for the Game Gear on December 28, 1991, and for the Master System around the same time. It was later released elsewhere through Sonic game compilations and Nintendo's Virtual Console. The premise and story of the 8-bit Sonic are identical to that of the Genesis/Mega Drive game. As the anthropomorphic hedgehog Sonic, the player must race through levels to rescue the imprisoned animals the villain, Dr. Robotnik, plots to turn into robots. The gameplay is similar too. Sonic collects rings while avoiding obstacles, but is paced slightly slower as the 8-bit version focuses more on exploration. While some level themes such as Green Hill Zone are borrowed from the Genesis/Mega Drive game, others are completely original to this version. Reviewers acclaimed the 8-bit Sonic for its level variety, visuals, gameplay, and audio. Many believed it was just as good as the original, and I think I would agree with them. Game journalists retrospectively considered it one of the best Game Gear and Master System games. The game spawned several sequels, beginning with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in 1992, a game in which I plan to get around eventually recording a full playthrough for you people to enjoy someday in the future. And so at last, we begin our journey as we go on an adventure with Sonic the Hedgehog to collect the 6 Chaos Emeralds and save the imprisoned animals from Dr. Robotnik. We shall together be watching a playthrough of this game for the purposes of invoking ASMR, Autonomous Meridian Sensory Response, and hopefully having some fun together along the way. This video is intended as a playthrough of a game with elements of ease to help people relax or fall asleep. Regardless what you get from this video, I hope you enjoy, truly, and have a wonderful day. This is Alakazam ASMR, and let us begin. Sonic the Hedgehog. Please enjoy, my friends. And with the now legendary catchphrase of Sega, let us begin Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Game Gear. The Green Hill Zone. Let's do this. So, Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's get the gist of this. Sonic, our little blue friend here, runs rather quick. Little sound effects when he has to stop suddenly. He can duck down and look up. And he can jump. It's as simple as that. So, let's go on this quest to save the animals from Dr. Robotnik. We have a small box here that gives us rings, which will keep us protected and give us points. Little crab there. Badniks is down. This box will give us a slight period of invincibility. We also had a box which gives us super speed. Let's get those rings. As you can see, Sonic's goal is to be as fast as possible while also taking care not to hit any stage hazards. Gladly highlighted by this little signpost here. Jump. Avoid a little badnik there. Going to use these signs as a warning for danger ahead. And to signify the end of a level, Act 1, we have signposts like this. This exclamation point means not only has Sonic passed Act 1, but we get to go to the special stage. Let's go. In this special stage we have 2 minutes to obtain a variety of nice little features. The main one in special stage in this game being that you have a means of getting lots of rings. The more rings we collect, the closer we can get to 100. When you collect 100 rings, you get an extra life. Invaluable, as in Sonic Game Gear. Like many games of its time, there are no save states. So, having all these extra lives will be very valuable throughout the game. Get as many as we can. There we go. That little box there is the most valuable. We can use that to get a continue. And we got an extra life on top of that. Whenever possible, we should try and get to the special stage. So, we got an extra life and a continue, in case things could turn sour. Let's go for the signpost and end the special stage. Special stage cleared. Green Hill Zone, Act 2. Let's go. Green Hill Zone, Act 2. Collect some rings. We have a hazard ahead, so let's watch out. Ooh. We went down here. This little power-up gives us a small shield, allowing us to absorb a hit. Something that will come in handy for what's to come. The more rings we get, the better. Oh. Gotta say, I love the soundtrack for this game. It really does take me back to when I was a child. I played this version of Sonic the Hedgehog when I was just a child, and I played this on the Sega Master System, which is old school Sega. I love this game very much for the Sega Master System. We hit a box there, which gives us a checkpoint, another thing that will serve to be invaluable. 2 badniks, but we can get by. Another key feature of Sonic, which will be implemented in the future to come, we are just about to run into. Take down a badnik. We jump down here, Look at this thing here. Any hardcore Sonic fans will already know what this is. This is a Chaos Emerald. You already know it's something special when that little bit of music plays. Throughout the series, the Chaos Emeralds are the kind of optional item you can choose to take. In some cases they do nothing, in other cases they unlock the true ending of the game. For this playthrough I'm going to try my very best to obtain every single Chaos Emerald in the game. In Sonic Game Gear, you do not have to go through special stages to obtain emeralds. They are simply inside the levels, hidden away, which is quite refreshing, because in some of the Sonic games the special stages can be quite brutal. So, we have one of the Chaos Emeralds. Let's see if we can get the rest and advance this adventure at a leisurely pace. See, this is always the thing about the way Sonic the Hedgehog is advertised. Run as fast as you can, but they're pretty good at putting hazards in your way to slow you down. That being said, it's always fun to just go as quick as you can, like so. More rings. Let's keep going. Another signpost. An exclamation point, which means we get to go to the special stage once again. Sonic has passed Act 2, and we have a Chaos Emerald. Okay, 2 minutes. What can we do in the special stage? Try and get as many rings as possible. Even though, since I'm emulating this through the Nintendo 3DS, I can create save states in this version of the game. But it's nice to know in the core game, if you were truly playing this on a 100% Sega Game Gear, where you don't have save states, having the means to get extra continues and lives is a really good feature to add in the game. It gives you a lot more capacity for error. We've got a minute left. We've got to continue. That's our second one. Keep going. See if we can keep jumping along here. Keep it going. Yay, we got an extra life for our efforts. And there we go. Our second special stage is cleared. It's great to know that it doesn't always have to be about obtaining Chaos Emeralds. We can focus on getting extra lives and having fun along the way. The special stage is now Green Hill Zone. There's Dr. Robotnik himself, which means we're getting ready for a boss battle. Let's do this. Effectively, it's Green Hill Zone Act 3. Now, one thing that makes Sonic Game Gear so much more challenging, in my opinion, than the Sonic on the Sega Genesis / Sega Mega Drive is that during boss encounters, you don't get any rings, meaning you have to do the entire boss in a single attempt. Can't take any hits. There's Robotnik up there. Let's attack him. What's he gonna do to try and harm us? He'll try and dash at us like so. Pretty straightforward boss, assuming you don't take a single hit. we got him. We defeated Dr. Robotnik. A very straightforward first boss for a great first level, fantastic game in my eyes. We open the capsule and save all the animals from Dr. Robotnik. But the adventure needs to keep going on as Sonic has passed Act 3. Now we've reached the Bridge Zone, a new level for us to play around with. Wooden fences leading to a spiky enemy. Okay, watch out for these fish enemies, quite reminiscent of those fish that we had to take down in Super Mario Bros. Last time. Also these flying wasp badniks as well. Another shield, always handy. More rings. Okay. Be wary of any fish that might jump out of the water. Also need to be careful as some of the bridges, like you're about to see, are going to fall down behind us. Okay. Making ample use of the camera controls to look out for hazards. This weight will lift us up and higher. Okay, nailed it. We also got a checkpoint. Wonderful. Another ring. Is there anything down here? No. Not a good idea to jump down there then. Having fun with the playthrough so far, my friends. I hope you're enjoying it too. It's a challenging game, but it's very much fun. As difficult as this game can be, they give you lots of potential to gain extra lives and actually look out for danger. In some platform games, you don't really get a chance to scope out the environment. Here, with the camera up and down feature, I can evaluate my surroundings pretty well. I just need to make sure I execute my jumps perfectly well, so I don't fall into instant death. Careful timing, and we should be alright. Need to look out for things like that. A spring, which would have sent us flying right back to where we came, and possibly to death if we fell off the edge of the stage. Lift ourselves with that weight. Higher. One more. Why not? Lift. Hey, an extra life. We are rewarded for going out of our way. Jump down here. There's fish down here. Watch out. There we go. Okay. Oh look, a Chaos Emerald. How do we get to it? Let's jump up here first. Oh, just rings. Ah, the emerald is in plain sight. The only way we can get to it is going to require some tricky jumping here. We're going to have to drop off the bridge and then jump into this ledge. Can we pull it off though? Okay, need to hold my breath for this one. Hey, we got it. We had to fall off the bridge and time that jump perfectly. But we got our second Chaos Emerald. Doing well so far. Let's not fall off the bridge and spoil our efforts. And we've cleared Act 1 and unlocked the special stage once again. Sonic has passed Act 1, and we now have 2 Chaos Emeralds on the screen. Now let's go to the special stage. They get trickier the more you revisit them, I find. Okay. Rings. I always thought to myself as a child, don't ask me why, see these little things there? in the special stage, they always made me think of the Twister Ice Lolly. Do you know, it's like an ice cream lolly slash cone. In fact, it's more of a lolly. And I thought they were really nice, but when I played the special stage as a kid, I always thought these little barriers looked just like the Twister Ice Lolly. I know, it's really silly, but maybe comment if you agree. That makes me want an ice lolly now. Anyways, we got a minute left, so let's get some rings instead of reminiscing about food. Typical me. Whoa. The rebound from hell. See if we can get that. Let's get out of here. We gotta continue. That makes our third continue we've obtained. Excellent. Clear the special stage with 35 seconds to spare. Stroll down memory lane. Special stage has been cleared. Now we are on the Bridge Zone, Act 2. Doing well so far. Let's keep it up. A lot of people hate this kind of level in platformers though. We'll just have to deal with it as we go along. I don't mind platforming, but when they force the screen to budge you along, this can make things remarkably challenging. Not only do you have to watch out for environmental hazards, but you also need to watch out for the screen pushing you away from safe ground. Let's keep moving. Obtain another shield here. Keep going for the rings. Batnik's coming from the sky. The game is gradually upping the challenge. Let's allow the screen to move first and allow us to see ahead of time any foes that could be waiting for us. Like that. If he hit us, he could have sent us tumbling below a bridge that just collapsed, which wouldn't be very good for us. Luckily, me and Sonic seem to be coping pretty well. Is there anything up there? I can't tell. It's too late because of the moving screen. Nonetheless, we got the Chaos Emerald for this stage, so we'll just prioritize survival and getting as many rings and extra lives as we can. It's generally straight bridges we need to look out for. Oh, an extra life? Oh, that was a bit daring. They put an extra life floating in the water, so the only way to get it was to hit it and then land perfectly, otherwise you would lose your life. Managed to nail it though, pretty nice. Okay, jump across this bridge and get some rings. Just gotta be careful there's nothing on the other side waiting for us. But we pulled it off. We reached the signpost, and we've unlocked another special stage. Always good to go back there. It's a lot of fun. Sonic has passed Act 2. Hope you're having fun, my friend. I sure am. To play... It's strange. Sonic's a legendary game, but not a lot of people, I find, have actually played the Game Gear / Sega Master System version. They all play the Genesis or the Mega Drive, but this one is good in its own ways. It really is. It's similar enough to the Genesis version, but it's also different enough that it stands out. You get special stages like this, levels that are quite different from the Mega Drive Genesis versions, and also just, I don't know, the Game Gear Master System versions have their own pretty little charm. We got another continue. Fantastic. But you know what I mean? Sometimes these alternate versions of games have their own individual charm. I feel like this version's quite overlooked. It's a shame because I think this is a tremendous game. special stage has been cleared. 4 continues. Dr. Robotnik's appearing, which means we're in the bridge zone, Act 3. We have an extra life just waiting on us. Careful with the bridge. Keep running. Dr. Robotnik must be waiting for us. Meaning boss battle time. He's gonna launch these cannons at us. Be cautious. Oh, we took damage. Luckily we had a shield. Keep attacking him. Hopefully we'll get lucky. Oh, we took damage. Unfortunate. Luckily, we have all these extra lives. Also, we got one at the start of the stage, which comes in very handy. But you can see for yourself, if it wasn't for that shield, the entire boss battle, it just takes one misstep, and that's it. You've lost a life. Some of the shots are a little bit too high. I think I figured out a little trick though to defeat Robotnik. If I jump and hit him while he's already aiming at me, I can use that to avoid being hit. It's a bit tricky, but we need to try this again. You'll see what I mean in a moment. If I time my jump perfectly, by the time he fires a shot, I'll already be clear of the zone and deal damage to him at the same time. Whoops. You might be wondering to yourself, why is Alakazam having such an issue fighting this boss? Well, it's my own fault, really, because I've been trying to do a sneaky little tactic to defeat the boss by using its attack patterns against it. I'll show you here, hopefully. He comes out of the water to shoot me. What I was trying to do earlier was wait for him to surface. He picks an exact moment to shoot me. If I jump, I evade the possibility of being shot at there. But you have to do the jump perfectly. Let's keep this up. This is what I was trying to do earlier, but I kept botching and making a failure of myself. Keep this up, and we should be safe and able to defeat Robotnik. There we go. Dr. Robotnik has been defeated yet again. Pop the capsule, and we've rescued more of the animals from Dr. Robotnik. Sonic has passed Act 3. And now that we cleared the bridge zone, we now move on to a new zone, the jungle zone. This is where you're going to start to really see the charm of the Sega Game Gear / Sega Master System, because the jungle zone doesn't exist in the Mega Drive / Sega Genesis. This This means little levels like this stand out a lot more. And think, it's bright, it's colourful, it's quite whimsical and fun looking, and has a quite neat little soundtrack to go along with it. This makes it less of a cut and paste and more of its own thing, if you know what I mean. It means this version of Sonic can truly stand on its own, with little levels like this to add to its own individual charm. So let's go through here like a blue Tarzan. Oh, there's a life up there. Well, as many people already know, I desperately need to get a life. If only it were that easy. Making up quickly for our losses at the last boss fight. Hopefully we can keep up this steady progress, and the adventure will be over before we know it. Just gotta take our time, and be very cautious. We got a checkpoint, which is always nice. Use the camera angles to time our jumps better. We need to jump on a log here, so our jump needs to be perfect. Okay. By looking ahead, we can avoid hazards like the spring, which would almost certainly send us to our death. Swinging log, a badnik ready to ambush us. Looking around for any hidden areas, we run in this little barrel here, a log, barrel, whichever one you prefer. I keep looking up and down for any possible areas a Chaos Emerald could be hiding. I want to try and get every Chaos Emerald in the game, if possible. Avoid these spikes. Take down a badnik. Gotta love the cartoony sound effects for Sonic. Really takes me back to my childhood. Okay. Jump on this log. Let's go back and see if we find something. You can jump on here, walk along. I feel like this is hiding something. Hey, we found it. We found a third Chaos Emerald. We get that satisfying little theme song that plays when we collect one. Now let's not waste that progress and get back to land. Land ahoy. Okay. Let's get those rings up there while we're at it. We got a Chaos Emerald. Let's see if we can get as many rings as we can and extra lives. Jump on the log here. Another log up here. Another checkpoint. So our Chaos Emerald is safe for now. Why not? Let's go for it. A nice little jump there. I could take the fast option with the spring, but let's go cautiously. Use these little logs to go through the water. Signpost. We did remarkable in that level. I might have made a mistake or two, but we managed to clear Act 1 of the Jungle Zone, get our hand on our third Chaos Emerald, and got quite a few rings. We only had 1 minute for the special stage this time, so let's get that done as quick as we can. harder for us to get more lives, so make most of the time we have. There's another continue up there. Those are invaluable, so let's get as many as we can. And we cleared the special stage. We got the Chaos Emerald, we got another continue. So, we have 5 continues and 3 Chaos Emeralds. And now that we cleared Jungle Zone Act 1, we go into the Jungle Zone Act 2. The good thing is, since we managed to grab the Chaos Emerald in Act 1, we just need to prioritize grabbing rings, getting extra lives, and not losing any lives. So, keeping safe, moving forward, and having fun along the way. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far, my friends. Gotta say, just going back to old school games like this, it really is just a great experience. You know, gaming's always been a big part of my life. It's always been my escape, if you will, from the stresses of life. Even as a young child, I always liked to escape. So even for the trials and tribulations of playing something as silly as a game where you play the blue hedgehog, it helps you relax, and at the end of the day, if it makes you happy, do it. I keep falling down now. I keep misjudging that jump. But you know what I'm getting at. Some people like to make fun of video games, saying, oh, they're a waste of time, but to me, they were always my form of release. They can be aggravatingly hard at times, but you know what? It's a great way of having fun. Wouldn't you agree? Let's watch out for these spikes. Gather some rings. Some catchy Sega music. Plus, I like doing these videos because I like getting to explore these older games. Whether I grew up with a game personally or not, I like having to explore it. There's quite a few games in the Game Gear that I never tried out, because I actually never personally owned a Sega Game Gear. But I like to explore these things that some people might have missed. So I'll probably do more Sega Game Gear games in the future. So I feel like it's a system that not a lot of people actually are aware that it exists. I didn't really know about it for a while. I thought there was only the Master System version of this game, and that was it. But lo and behold, this existed on the Game Gear and Master System at the same time. So, there's lots of potential for future games I could play on this channel. Plus, why not go back and play some retro games and relax along the way? I really hope you don't mind me rambling during these videos, just because I don't really tend to go anywhere when I'm rambling. Does anyone really? But my kind of rambling might not be your cup of tea. I do tend to go on about absolutely nothing. And lose my rings, apparently, when I do it. Sorry about that. So, let's keep climbing this waterfall. We took 2 hits at once, showing how easy it is to lose control in this game. Let's keep jumping, though. Unfortunately, that's actually the first time we haven't gone into the special stage, because I took 2 hits and didn't have any rings. Nonetheless, Sonic has passed Act 2. Now on to the Jungle Zone, Act 3, where Dr. Robotnik is waiting on us. It's time for a battle in the Jungle Zone.
Wow. Well, that little mistake paid off. There was a hidden extra life in there. That's unusual. It's a bit of a strange location to hide an extra life, but hey, made the most of a little mistake. I got a little bit keen on exploring there. I gotta remember this is a boss area. You still gotta platform a little bit before you fight the boss. Still got an extra life out of it. Maybe that'll pay off if I make mistakes. It's always good to have extra lives on hand. There's Robotnik there. What's he gonna do? Drops these bombs. Careful. Well, that extra life will come in handy. But we've got the boss mapped out. He's just going to hover above us and shoot these bombs that will roll along the ground. So hopefully we can take advantage of the gaps in his defense to attack him and hopefully lead ourselves to sweet victory. We can only hope. Okay. We got him. Yeah, and avoided the bomb that was left afterwards. Well, Dr. Robotnik's been defeated. And so, by opening the capsule and freeing the animals, we've cleared Act 3 of the Jungle Zone. We made some mistakes along the way, but we've made up for them now. Sonic has cleared Act 3, and we have 3 Chaos Emeralds to show for it. Now that we cleared Robotnik in the Jungle Zone, we go into a new zone, the Labyrinth Zone. Having a lot of fun here in Sonic the Hedgehog for the Game Gear. Now here's something that hardcore Sonic fans are very well aware of. Sonic does not do very well in water. Look how sluggish the movement is, and look at the difference when we get out of the water. Use a spring. Boing! A drastic difference. We got a shield there. Now when we're in an underwater level, we need to be very cautious, more so than usual, because Sonic can drown in water. So we need to watch out for traps like a platform, like so, and look out for little bubbles down here. That counter is how much air we have left. If we don't get a bubble like this, we will drown. So we gotta keep our eyes open for those. I don't really get how that works whatsoever. It doesn't really make any sense to me, but you know, it's a game. It doesn't have to be realistic. I mean, we are playing as a blue hedgehog who wears sneakers / trainers. Watch out for projectiles, rings. Uh-oh, we need to find one of those bubbles and quick. Come on. There we go. See, this is one of the cases where we can't take our time in this level, as the hazard of drowning makes us need to move quickly to find an air supply and reach the end. going to lift us up. Using the camera. Using the camera we can anticipate the exact moment when to jump so we don't fall into a spike trap. Ooh. That came out of nowhere though. Okay, more rings is nice. Oop. Let's not lose them all. Oh, I just jinxed myself, didn't I? That's my fault. Still, let's keep going. Even though we lost our rings, at least we didn't die. Okay, now you're seriously asking to jinx yourself, Alakazam. Stop it. Stop it now. Okay. Well, we got something. We didn't get a special stage this time, but we didn't lose a life either. So, hopefully, that's good enough. Sonic has passed Act 1 of the Labyrinth Zone. Considering how frustrating water levels are in Sonic games, I'd say that's pretty good. But I didn't see any Chaos Emeralds, so we need to keep our eyes posted. See if there's a Chaos Emerald in this level. Bunch of rings here. And a shield. Excellent. More rings. Precious air. Okay, jump down here. A badnik underwater. Keep moving. If there is no air in sight, keep moving and moving fast. Don't rush these levels. You need to be fast, but don't rush, because you don't know when an air pocket might be nearby. Okay, let's jump down here. Is there anything down here? An extra life, and a spring to speed us back along. Okay, there's an air pocket back up there. Let's regroup. Alright. Okay, keep moving downward. Some careful jumping. And a checkpoint. Excellent. In something called the Labyrinth Zone, we definitely can use markers for how far we're getting. An air pocket. Perfect. Come on. There we are. Duck under there and avoid the projectile. Quite like the music in this level. Look upwards so we can avoid traps. Like so. Air bubble, come on, can we get it? Can we get it? Yeah. Hell, we got two. 2 for 1. Can't complain about that. Gotta look out for these small spheres, because those indicate these levitating spike traps. Let's jump up here. Invincibility. We've not had that for a while. But it's not gonna matter if we drown. Come on. An air pocket. Where was it? Come on, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. Ah. That was my fault. I should have remembered where the last air pocket was. That's all on me, though. Luckily, we have plenty of lives to spare. See, this is why you need to be cautious. it's pretty easy to rush ahead, but if you lose track like I did there, even with invincibility, Sonic can still drown. Hence why water levels are so notoriously difficult in Sonic games. Sonic loses his main strength, his speed. So it becomes more about strategy in these levels. See, there's an air pocket there. I can't lawyer around as much in these levels. So what I'll do is... So what I should have done last time was go down here, get an air pocket, then run back up. But that's not what I did. I rushed ahead recklessly, and it cost me. Don't think it was really worth forgetting the invincibility, to be honest. I think they maybe set it there as a kind of trap of sorts. Like, oh look, you're invincible. You don't have to worry about anything. But there is a hazard there, drowning. Oh, come on. That's how close I was. That's how close I was to air on that last life. Sweet, precious air. Just looking out for hazards of those floating spike traps. Hey! There it is! The fourth Chaos Emerald. Just need to very carefully jump in. Isn't that the most satisfying sound? The sound of getting a Chaos Emerald. We have Chaos Emerald number 4, and we cleared Act 2 of the Labyrinth Zone. It wasn't a perfect run by any stretch of the imagination, but now we have 4 Chaos Emeralds, and Act 2 is clear. Now we're moving on to Act 3 of the Labyrinth Zone, to face Dr. Robotnik. So now we are in Labyrinth Zone, Act 3, where Dr. Robotnik waits on us. Up here I get a feeling, yeah there is. There's an extra life here, always nice. I feel like the developers, since they don't want to give you rings in a boss fight to put up the challenge, they are willing to give you an extra life tucked away in the level. Almost like the developers are trying to say, hey buddy, you want to go out of your way? Here's a little thing to help you for your extra efforts. So the boss looks just like the one in the bridge zone. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going to launch a torpedo at us. Whoop. You know, ironically, I think the lack of sonic speed in this level is actually going to help us out. It helps me anticipate what his jump is going to be a little bit better. Meaning I can more accurately dodge these projectiles. So the lack of speed is actually going to help us out. I think they removed the ability to drown temporarily for this level, which is good because it would be absolutely game-breaking if they allowed you to drown in the middle of a boss fight. That would be totally unfair, because there's no way to get air pockets. Okay, I think a few more hits should do it. We got him. Dr. Robotnik has been defeated. And as we go to clear the inevitable capsule, with the captured animals inside, now released, together, us and Sonic have cleared the Labyrinth Zone, Act 3, and I've got 4 Chaos Emeralds. And by clearing Act 3 of the Labyrinth Zone, we now gain access to the Scrap Brain Zone. When I was a child, I didn't have any save states or anything to rely on in case I made some mistakes. I had to do this all in one go. So when I reached this level, even though this is a quite simple background, by nowadays standards, when I reached this level, I felt accomplished. I felt like, wow, I made it here. It felt like a big deal. And I remember why. You've got to deal with fire, badniks, and all sorts of environmental hazards. We got a treadmill, which can really mess with your perception of your speed, because it can force you in one direction or the other. Also got to look out for electricity. Little bursts of electricity that can cause us damage, as well as treadmills. Okay, the game's difficulty is also going to severely increase from this point, as you will notice from the obstacles it's throwing at us. Nonetheless, the Scrap Brain Zone is a fun zone to go through because of its challenge. But we made it to the end of Act 1 of the Scrap Brain. Oh, we didn't get a special stage. What a shame. But we've got 4 Chaos Emeralds. I didn't see any emeralds in that zone, so they must be in Scrap Brain Zone 2. It's the only other possibility. Hopefully we'll find that 5th Chaos Emerald. Watch out for pits. Okay, rings. Okay. Electrical bus. Treadmill that can really screw. Oh, we dodged the electricity there. We're also going to deal with, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Okay. Whoop. The game's pulling out all the stops to try and get us killed, isn't it? Nonetheless, we managed to get through there pretty unscathed. Don't jinx yourself now, Alakazam. Unfortunately, we missed that life there. There must have been another way to get to it. As long as we don't miss the Chaos Emerald. Branching paths, this is a first. Let's go for the top one first. Treadmills and a steep incline. It's a good thing Sonic's so fast. This would be a killer. Keep going. Come on, you can do it. Hey, we pushed through. Okay, there's a gate through there. How do we get through it? Badnik. Okay, defeated the Badnik. Gotta be careful, he throws a projectile at us. We've got 80 rings, I don't want to lose those. That could get us to a special stage. Possibly. The switch triggers a door. If I can't jump up there, I must have to press this switch for something. What do I do? How do I get through that door if it's not opening? Knowing this game, they'll have something sneaky up the sleeves. I'm gonna have to go on a blind leap of faith here. I get a feeling there's gonna be something at the bottom of this chasm. Yeah. It was either gonna be instant death or a hidden path. That's what we're looking for. A hidden path that leads us through the gate, We found it! The Chaos Emerald! Get ready for that satisfying song, everyone. We got the 5th Chaos Emerald. But we're back where we came from. So, if we can't progress up there, can we actually go back? I think we can. I don't remember if you can, but we're going to try it out. You see, when you play these 2D platformer games, like Super Mario Brothers, you don't usually get the option to go backwards. They've just locked the screen. Hey, we can go back. I can't see why they would make us take 2 paths unless we could return. This is going to be like a maze type of area, isn't it? Lots of chasms that can lead to instant death or hidden rewards, like that Chaos Emerald we found. I think we've just got one more left to go. Usually in the Sonic the Hedgehog canon there are 7 Chaos Emeralds, but in the Sega Game Gear version there's only 6. So we are 1 emerald away, I believe. Yeah, we got 5 of them, haven't we? Okay, where have we teleported? Hey, extra life. Lovely. We found the extra life that we were blocked off from. Wait, this is going to lead us back to where we came from. Okay, let's go down here. There might be a badnik respawning down here, so we're going to watch out for him. Let's go. Okay. We dropped down and went to the left, so let's try the right this time. Let's see where it takes us. To the top of the screen. Hey, took out a badnik. Nice. I'm getting deja vu here. Does this go in an infinite loop? Yep, it's going to be one of those kind of levels. This stage is going to keep looping until I get through one of these hidden areas, isn't it? Yeah. I feel like I'm going to have to time this jump, aren't I? Keep going down here. How do I get into those areas? Do I have to just time the jump really well? I'm not sure. See, this is where the challenge of the game's kicking in. Not only are we going to deal with tough enemies, we also got to deal with the puzzle that is getting through the maze itself. Ironically, I think this is more of a labyrinth than the Labyrinth Zone. How far down can we go? How low can we go? Oh, I thought it was endlessly looping, but we can actually go down this way. Another teleporter. Hey, it's that gate that we opened from earlier. I knew having to go up there would come in handy. That was a rough bit of platforming there, not gonna lie. I had to hold my breath there. So we had to open that gate by going to the upper path, otherwise it would have been blocked off to us. Whoa. A sudden badnik. We made it! Fantastic. We didn't get a special stage, what a shame. But we got the Chaos Emerald, and that was by far the toughest area in the game so far. But we've got 5 Chaos Emeralds, and Act 2 has been cleared. And after a slight break, I am back. Now we go into Scrap Brain Act 3. Scrap Brain Act 2 was easily the most challenging level we've encountered so far in the game. So let's not hold back. We'll be cautious, but we're not gonna let that affect our judgment. We're now gonna have to face the boss of the Scrap Brain Zone. Robotnik is waiting for us. Seems we're gonna have to go through a maze of sorts before encountering him. Whoop. It's not gonna spawn electricity, is it? No, it isn't. Unusual we have to go through a maze before we fight Robotnik. Nonetheless, let's keep going. Can't go through that side, so let's try the left instead. I just realized we get rings in this zone. And quite a lot of them. Hey, an extra life. Redeeming our past mistakes by finding extra lives. I actually quite admire the fact this game is so generous with giving you extra lives. Really helps you make up for your mistakes. Not only got to defeat this boss, we've got to find him. He's not going to make it easy for us, is he? Can we jump down here, perhaps? It really is a maze, isn't it? Right, we've already been that way, so this bit's going to be locked, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So... we jumped up there and we went to the right. There's a treadmill marking the way. Okay, rings we haven't collected. We can use them as a marker. We pressed a button, which means something must have opened. That button must indicate something. Okay, we're back to the start. Let's see. Maybe this door at the bottom is going to open now? We go around a long way. This is quite unusual. We need to go through a maze before encountering the boss. Still, we got some rings and extra life out of it, so I can't really complain. Unless I lose all those lives. Then it's different. Back on the bottom floor. Okay. So not the top right. Go up towards the top right, but don't go all the way on the right and take a left, I think. I'm trying to memorize this. Okay, go up here to the top. And it's going to give me a little jump here. There'll be 2 paths. Let's go to the left this time, where the rings came from. Go to where we pressed the switch. Hit it again, just in case. Reset. Okay. This must be the boss coming up. We made it through that labyrinth. There's Robotnik there, outside of his mech. Wait, there's no boss battle? I think we just gotta chase him. Sonic has passed Act 3. Now we enter the Sky Base. Now I understand why they were giving us rings in that level. We didn't actually need to fight Robotnik, we just had to reach the very end level, so we could give chase to him. Now we are in one of the final zones, the Sky Base. Another level that is not in the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis version. I love the background, how it's dark and foreboding. Quite a contrast to how bright and cheery it was earlier in places like Green Hill and the Jungle Zone. Gotta watch out for these diamond-like objects which conduct electricity. Very careful indeed. Our shield saved us there. Okay, we get a... Oh. Yep. This is gonna be tough. There's a cannon there. Let's not get in the way of that. This is quite a challenging area. Oh wow. Luckily we had somewhere to land there. Yeah, the Sky Base Zone has definitely all the makings of a final level. Look at the background in comparison to what we were facing before. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You fire shots in 4-shot rounds. Also got badniks that are exploding. Yeah, gotta be very careful. All these extra lives are gonna come in handy. Uh-oh, a flying platform. I'm gonna hate myself for this. Is there something below there? As challenging as the area is, we still need to go looking for that emerald. Because I believe the next Chaos Emerald is the final one we need. But look out for this lightning though. I love the music for this level though. Real intense, even though it's earlier game soundtrack. Definitely gives this sense of urgency. Nothing else up here. Okay, we're on a flying platform. Sky Base. No special stage, but we made it to the end. Sonic has passed Act 1. Make a slight save point here just in case. You know how intense it can be. Be back in a second. Welcome back, my friends. A little bit of exposition before we get into the next zone. I filmed clearing Sky Base Zone, Act 2, but it wasn't satisfactory enough for me because I couldn't actually find the Chaos Emerald. So I did have to go digging around online and look at a small video to find out where it was. Needless to say, the location of this emerald is going to solidify why this game's going to throw everything it has at you. I have absolutely no idea how you were supposed to figure out how to find this emerald without a guide. You'll see soon enough. Until until then, the game's going to throw its absolute highest challenge at us. So together, we can do it, my friends. So, sit back and relax as we get into Skybase Zone, Act 2. The stakes are high. We need the final 6 Chaos Emerald. Now, excellent music and a strange looking final level. Now take a look at this. You wonder where the Chaos Emerald is? I cleared the entire level and had to edit that part out and start out from scratch because guess where the emerald is? A complete blind jump. You've got no indication the emerald is there whatsoever. This thing is going to lead us to the emerald. Even then, it's not immediately obvious. Now we've got to jump on this. Once again, not immediately obvious. Also got to dodge some gun turrets as well. Don't get me wrong, I love this game to bits, but I don't know what the developers were thinking on this one. How are you supposed to figure out this area even existed? It goes on a completely blind jump. Nevertheless, look at us. Okay, maybe don't look at us. Yeah, that's how hardcore this level is. We got the final Chaos Emerald on a completely blind jump. But look at that. As soon as we got the jump, we got shot at by 2 cannons. So, it's a bittersweet moment there. I know how to clear the zone normally, so hopefully we can get through this without too many hiccups. We have all 6 Chaos Emeralds, so let's take the path we were supposed to take to the end. How you were supposed to find that emerald without any sort of guide or the internet back then is beyond me. I feel sorry for you if you couldn't find that emerald as a kid. All the other ones you could plausibly find, but that one was just cruelty. Still, I love this game to bits. So, gotta dodge turrets, go up this ladder here. And there's a spike wall coming. I've gotta run away from that. A self-destructing enemy. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said the game was gonna throw all of its challenges at us. So we can take the path to the emerald to take a shortcut here. But you would never really know that until you tried it out. Okay, there was 2 cannons here. One of these was responsible for taking us out earlier. Turret. And that's it. The end of Skybase Zone, Act 2. I know. Quite intense, isn't it? But we got all 6 Chaos Emeralds. Let's go. Yeah, quite ridiculous that zone, wasn't it? When I cleared it the first time, I was like, where's the emeralds? Now we need to make another save state. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Chaos Emeralds. And Sonic has passed Act 2 of the Skybase Zone. So yeah, when I was filming this, there is a part of this 7 minutes had to be cut out where I legitimately had to beat the Skybase Zone, trial and error. And then once I did it, I couldn't find the emerald, so I had to consult a guide to find it. Needless to say, we eventually got it. We got shot in the face twice for it, but we've got all 6 Chaos Emeralds. All that remains now is to take on the final boss, Dr. Robotnik, one last rodeo. Be back in a moment, my friends. Take it easy. Well, my friends, every moment we have spent playing this game has been building up to this final moment. Sonic has passed Act 2 of the Skybase Zone, and we have 6 Chaos Emeralds in hand. Our final obstacle is Dr. Robotnik himself in Skybase Zone Act 3, where the final boss awaits us and the end of this journey. Let's try our best. So, let's go, my friends. Moving from Skybase Zone Act 2 to Skybase Zone Act 3, the final stage. Approach with caution. Okay, Robotnik should be just ahead. Oh. Fire coming out of the ground. Let's avoid that. Let's study the boss here. Okay, this seems to be a safe zone, or so it seems. Okay. Every time he jumps on that button, up there, electricity chases us. But also we have to deal with fire coming out of the ground. What can we do? The fire seems to be going in a pattern. Right, middle, left. Okay, we need to evade this fire and the electricity at the same time. Okay, it should be showing up now, the fire. Okay, it's on the right. It's going to show up in the middle. Attack. The fire should show up on the left. Oh, we took damage there, but we got a good amount of time to study the boss. We have no rings, so a single mistake will cost us a life. Luckily, we have plenty on reserve. The flame should be on the right, and it should be moving to the middle. The flame should be on the left now. It's going to move to the right. Let's do that and evade the electric shock. Flame in the middle. It's going to move to the left now. Electric shock coming. Flame's going to move to the middle again. We've got to keep damaging Robotnik. Flame will go to the left. We've got to keep on top of this. Flame on the right. Flame in the middle. Flame on the left. Attack. We did it. We broke the chamber. Let's chase down Robotnik. What's he doing? He teleported away. Let's chase him down. Robotnik. Hey, Sonic got him. What now? Sonic with the Chaos Emerald. We have all 6. So what happens? With the power of the Chaos Emeralds, the sky is cleared, and Robotnik's influence is gone. We get 20,000 points for every Chaos Emerald. And we got all 6. Very nice. We had 12 lives left, which gives us 5,000 each. That's not including continues as well. Special bonus, 50,000. And that's our total for the playthrough. Sonic the Hedgehog, Game Gear version, complete. And there's a little Sonic with a microphone. There's some classic Sonic for you. And that's the credits rolling. We did it. We defeated the final boss and got the best ending of the game by possessing all 6 Chaos Emeralds. The world has been saved, and we listen to a nice little bit of the Game Gear soundtrack. I love this game. It really skews the line between easy and difficult. On one hand, there are levels where it's quite simple and fun and not too difficult to get across. Then there are some levels where you can rip your hair out in terms of how challenging it is. But overall, in most cases you would think that, this isn't the highest quality Sonic game. This is the Game Gear version of what some people consider a downgrade to the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis. But Sonic the Hedgehog, I'd say, is a wonderful game in its own right for the Sega Game Gear. And so, we've reached the end. The iconic Sega logo and Sonic on the left. And just like that, the playthrough is complete. I've loved playing this game, my friends. I feel like the Game Gear version of this game is extremely underrated. It stands out in its own right. Sure, it doesn't have all the key features that you would normally get in the later Sonic games, but considering how early in the saga of Sonic the Hedgehog this is a remarkable portable game to have. Really fun and really simple, but it also has its own challenges. I cannot recommend this game enough. If you can, get your hands on the Sega Game Gear or Sega Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog. Trust me, if you like your side-scrolling platform adventures or Sonic games, I don't think you can go wrong with Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Game Gear. The entire game is complete, and I have to thank every single one of you. You, the viewer, from the bottom of my heart, for sticking it out this long to the end of the video. I had a lot of fun making this, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching. If it helped you relax, helped you go down memory lane with nostalgia, or even just out of morbid curiosity how I would do at a Sega Game Gear game, whatever you get out of this, I hope you, no matter who you are or where you are, you have a wonderful time. This is Alakazam ASMR, and I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. Any challenges facing you in life, I believe you. you can get through it. No matter what obstacle lies in your way, you can achieve anything. But then again, it's not all about motivational quotes. Take it easy, my friends. Take it easy, relax, and I'll see you all soon. This has been Alakazam ASMR, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you. And adios, my friends.